This simple choice to attune to love regularly keeps me strong and rooted in a space where I feel good most of the time. From here, I can be a powerful force of love for others. A few weeks ago, one of my dearest friends went through some serious life-saving heart procedures. Her strong positive focus, coupled with the positive focus all around, kept her alive and getting stronger by the day. She is a shining light and an example of the power of appreciating what one can in the moment, even in such unpleasant circumstances. Yesterday, I got news that a close family member went to the emergency room and was undergoing painful procedures. Today, another close friend emailed with a diagnosis of a potentially fatal heart condition, and within minutes, I heard about another soul I love dearly who was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer. If I looked at this as the world does, you'd say it was a terrible couple of days, but in reality, the sun is shining. The roses are blooming. Life eternal grows in my backyard, and there is much love to share right here and now. As I write, I am nearly ready for the class I'll be teaching as you read this. I easily handled emails this morning. I'm in flow. And in that space, when I sit in presence and focus on my dear ones, a mighty love flows through me that will assist them as much as they are willing to receive. It is another day in eternity. Why not make it a good one? Only then can I be a positive influence for all those I care about. Only then can I enjoy this eternal adventure. I left the newsletter briefly between the last paragraph and this one. I got called inward. It feels as if I cannot keep my eyes open, and I'm being pulled, literally, inside of myself. I shut my eyes and easily transitioned into the other realms. I was impulsed to focus all my love on my family member in the hospital. I was interrupted by a call with good news. The problem miraculously is clearing, and they're going home. The sun is shining indeed. It is so easy to get upset about one thing and miss all the other good things in life. I used to be the type of person who could not rest or be happy until everything was neat and tidy, the problems were solved, the emails answered, and the desktop cleared. If someone I cared about was having a hard time, that would dominate my thoughts, and I could not rest until I knew more. Thanks to the angels' training on focus, I can enjoy this moment and look for the good now. There's a strange confidence that comes when you really trust that, in this moment, your attunement to love is more important than anything you can do or contribute in the 3D world. There's a strange peace that comes from knowing all is well in the vibration of love. I call it strange only because it is new to me. I certainly was not programmed to believe it was okay to feel good when tough things were happening, but the angels remind me that it is natural for the soul to attune only to love. The innocent know this profound truth. We are eternal beings. There is love available now. There is no race to a goal nor a finish line for the soul, as the angels say. We're here to shape love in any way we wish. We activate it within us, here and now, at first creating a heaven, and a haven, in our hearts and, eventually, a more heavenly life. Here are a few pointers to help you enjoy the moment. 1. Remember your why. If you catch yourself stressed or feeling urgent about a need, desire, or solution, ask yourself, why, and keep digging until you find the deeper truth. Here are some examples. Sometimes, I rush with the newsletter, and I have to stop and reflect on my why. Why do I do these? I've done them weekly since November 2001. They take a lot of time and are a labor of love. Why? The answer comes easily. Because I want to share the wisdom and love I've received so we can all have better lives. Why? Because I care about everyone. Why? Because this love within me wants to flow and I feel most like me when I allow it. I have to update 100 ETSE listings and want to get it done ASAP. Why? Because I love them and want to get them back in the shop. Why? Because it will soon be the season for them. But why, really, why? Because I want them to delight people. I want to share a smile and a laugh and provide an excuse for connection and shared joy via a shirt. Why? Because I want people to feel good about themselves and each other. Why? Because this love within me wants to flow, and I feel most like me when I allow it. I have to figure out how to pay off these bills, and I want it done ASAP. Why? Because I don't like debt. Why? That one stumped me for a while. The obvious answer was, who does, but that isn't an answer. Why? Well, because I want the freedom to do other things. Why? Because my soul is free and I want to feel my soul. If you dig deep enough, your why for rushing or a sense of urgency will always be because you think you have to get something done or receive or achieve before you can feel like your true self. In truth, we can feel that here and now, and the journey will be so easier as a result. 2. Lack consciousness. We may not have enough in the bank to buy what we want, enough people to love us as we wish, or enough time to do everything we hope for. That may be 3D truth at the moment. But we have no lack of ability to tune into those vibrations here and now. So, while 3D lack can be a real thing for a while, 5D lack is not. The 5D world offers us the ability to activate abundant, loving, blissful vibrations at all times. There is no lack in the world of energy, and when you really tune into that, any lack in your 3D life will start to disappear. For example, I only get 24 HRS a day and I really do have to sleep somewhat. So you might say I have a lack of 3D time. I want to do more than I can fit in a day. But when I look at what I want from those experiences, I want to feel creativity and life flowing through me. I want to feel passionate. I want to feel loving and fun, and I have abundant access to those vibrations if I take time to tune into them, no matter how much or little I actually get done in a given day. 3. Find something to love now. There is a song from years ago that reminds us, if you can't be with the one you want, love the one you're with. That is wise spiritual advice. We're not always where we want to be, but we can find things to love where we are, and if we do, the underlying problem is solved. You feel love. That's really all we ever want. The angels are not telling us to give up on our dreams or settle. They're not telling us to love bad behavior or like people who aren't very likable. They're just reminding us that focusing so much on getting somewhere to the exclusion of enjoying now is counterproductive and robs us of our precious lives. Conversely, enjoying our now while anticipating more later, knowing we are eternal and it's all about the journey and adventure of life, gives us the best experience possible. You can always find something in the here and now to love. And while we might not feel warm and fuzzy about difficult people in the moment, if we're stuck around them, we can focus the light upon them simply by imagining light flowing from our hearts to their field, and that alone will make you feel better. Eternity is something none of us can wrap our linear minds around. At first, the thought of it was difficult for me. You mean I have to strive forever to be happy? That is what my younger self would have asked. The answer was, of course, no. You have opportunities every moment to feel profound love. No rush. No hurry. Love waits for us to realize its presence in the smallest of offerings, and as we start to tune into them more and more, eternity becomes a lot of fun. I wish you joy this week in our eternal journey. Love, Ann.